Today I'm going to be giving y'all a review of Ryse Godzilla Pre. This is, in my opinion, one of the, it's like the three horsemen of the pre-workout world right now. I think you have Gorilla Mode, Ryse, and you have Echovision's Dethroner. I have yet to try Gorilla Mode and Dethroner, those are next, but this video is about Ryse. So the first thing I'm going to say about Ryse is it is a little bit pricier. It ends up being about $57. Obviously you can put in whatever kind of creator code or whatever and get 10-15% off, but everyone does that, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's $57, which ends up being $2.85 per serving if you do the 2-scoop serving, which is the full serving, which I'm going to be talking about. Because if you took the 1-scoop serving, it would kind of just, I mean, it's not that great. Lasts you about a month, $57, $2.85 per each full serving. As for flavors, they have 3. The one I have now is blackberry lemonade, but I've also tried all of them. Strawberry kiwi and monster berry lime, whatever that means. I think it's kind of like citrusy blueberry-ish, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people on TikTok say it tastes like shit. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's nothing to write home to mom about, but you know, it's a good tasting pre-workout. It's not going to be as good and tasting as some of the pre-workouts that have less ingredients or a little, you know, like Ghost. A lot of Ghost products taste really good, or even C4, like a lot of their products taste really good. But I mean, this is a very high ingredients. You're not gonna get that fruity freaking drink taste. Like it's not made to taste good. It's made to make you have a better workout. So keep that in your head. But as for taste, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's good, it's not bad, maybe a little better than average, but it's nothing to write home to mom about. As pump goes, I think that pump is the strongest thing that this pre-workout has going for it. It's the best pre-workout I've had for pump. Now I've had low stem or no stem pre-workouts that have like that are made just for a pump, and they're obviously better because they are pump products. But this, just as a pre-workout, not a pump product, is the best pump pre-workout I've ever had. The reason why this pump is so good is because they have 3 different ingredients in it for the pump, and each of these ingredients are overdosed. Like, they're just plain out overdosed, and not in a bad way. They're exceeding the efficacious dose that has been shown in studies to be effective. It's higher. It's higher than that. They really kind of overkilled it on the pump. As for L-citrulline, 9 grams. 9 grams of L-citrulline, that's a lot of L-citrulline for the pump. Also, another thing that this pre-workout includes, which is pretty interesting and I don't know if I've seen before, is they include 500 milligrams of pink sea salt, which, it's salt, but that's gonna help with your pump too, water retention, making the muscles look fuller. That's an interesting ingredient to add in there for the pump. Another ingredient that this pre-workout has in it for the pump that I actually haven't seen in a pre-workout before is hydrolyzed casein tripeptides. Don't ask me what the fuck that is, but it is a trademarked name brand ingredient. It is actually called Vasodrive AP, and it's basically a nitric oxide booster. It's gonna help with the blood flow. It's gonna help with the dilation of your blood vessels, and you're gonna be crazy vascular and you're gonna be crazy pumped. That is 300 milligrams in this pre-workout. So as for pump goes, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I mean, it may not be the most perfect, but it's the best I've ever had, and what more can you ask than that? Now, one of the things in a pre-workout that's extremely important to me is focus, and that is just one of the very few things that this pre-workout is lacking to me. Not many focus ingredients. There's actually only 2 focus ingredients, and both of those ingredients, I looked up the research on these, and in the studies that included them, they're not that great for focus, and a lot of people actually say that there's no effect whatsoever. for focus for these supplements, but what we have in here for focus is vincomine, 20 milligrams of that, which is a normal dosage. It's not overdosed, it's not underdosed, it's right about where it should be. And we also have choline bitartrate. There's 1.6 grams of that in here, and that is again not overdosed, not underdosed. It's pretty good, but I'd like to see more focus in this pre-workout. I suppose if you added more ingredients, it would just be too jam-packed, but focus, I'm just giving it a 5 out of 10. It was okay. It was okay. That's just it. 5 out of 10 for focus. As for the energy and the duration of the energy and how it's going to help you get through your workout for a long period of time, this smacks. It almost smacks as much as the pump smacks on it. And I'll tell you why. They have several ingredients inside of this pre-workout other than caffeine that actually help with your endurance both during actual exercise, in a similar way to creatine might help you. They also have a name brand trademarked ingredient in here that is an extended release caffeine. It's called Zoom XR, and there is 50 milligrams of Zoom XR in here, and you can actually feel a noticeable difference with this in how long you can work out for. Because typically the caffeine anhydrous that's in most pre-workouts, you hit that big stimulation like right at the beginning, but around 30-45 minutes, maybe an hour, you fade and you kind of crash and you're like, fuck. This really helps you get past an hour. I used to only work out for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, maybe an hour. I'm consistently hitting over an hour workouts on this pre-workout. That's pretty good. That extended release caffeine is no joke. In this pre-workout, we have 200 milligrams of theobromine. We also have 6.4 grams of beta-alanine, which is the itchy butthole ingredient, but it does help with muscular endurance during your workout. We also have 5 grams of betaine anhydrous, which does help with the muscular endurance as well. And we have 350 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, which to me is a very good dosage. 300 milligrams is okay and gets the job done. 400 milligrams can be a little bit too much sometimes and can make you feel like your heart might explode. So 350 milligrams is a pretty good amount. As for the theobromine, the beta-alanine, and the betaine anhydrous, all of those are overdosed in a good way. Once again, they are just dosed a little bit more than the normal effective dosage, and that makes the endurance effect during your sets and during your overall workout just that much better. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It definitely could be better, but it's pretty dang good. Like you can't ask for too much more. As for a special bonus for this pre-workout, I am going to tell you that it has 5 grams of creatine in it. 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. So if you're one of those people that just takes 5 grams of creatine every day, you don't even need to buy your creatine because it has 5 grams of creatine already in it, which is awesome to me and which gives me a good indication as to why it's a little bit pricier, is because they have that 5 grams of creatine in it. So you essentially have a creatine supplement and a pre-workout in 2-in-1. But that's a big bonus for me. I really like that in my pre-workout. Some people don't, but I prefer it. Overall, I'm going to give this pre-workout an 8 out of 10. It is really superb. It is the shit. It might be my favorite pre-workout to this day. But the only thing it's lacking is just that focus. If you're super big into focus, I would honestly still recommend getting this and just taking an extra supplement for focus. That's it for this pre-workout review. Give me a subscribe if you'd like to see more of these. Specifically next, Gorilla Mode, and then after that I'll be doing Echo Vision's Dethroner. I really appreciate any love, any comments, likes on the video, and stay after it.